What's going on, DBS family? I'm here to show you a deck that I don't think is that good, but it is a new leader from the new set. We are trying to do all the leaders when it comes to Frieza being fantastic, Dende, which looks like it has a lot of potential, and no one's gonna play the Black Dragon. Goku's interesting, but if you go against Janemba, you lose. And who's the last person I'm missing? Red. And Red had, oh no, that's Frieza. Oh, Bardock. Yeah, Bardock looks really good too. It's so good it doesn't even need to be talked about. It has a bunch of videos on YouTube. But the next one after this, we are going to do Bardock and give our take on it. But for now, we're here to show you. I wish this video is going to come up next. But we're going to show you this guy. The art's really pretty. The effect is not. This is my take on it. Marcel is different. He likes doing Champa and Feet Kamehameha and all that other stuff. I just went with a green package. So this is what I did. Bam. Boom. This is my take. It's a lot of forums, which I never really do. I hate decks like this. I actually spent like so many hours trying to figure out like a good build. I was like, oh, this looks good, but it looks so plain. And I'm not a fan of plain. The only thing that was really interesting when I did find out was this Goku over here evolves over this guy. And this guy does come out theoretically for free. So that was an interesting take, but let's go through the whole card list. So how do I do that? Bam. Ooh, I'm learning computers, guys. You know, the more and more I do these videos, I realize I need a 10. I say it every video, I never get a 10 because I never see the light of day. But these videos, I get very shy. All right, so our leader, he is Son Goku, and then his flip side is Son Goku, the legendary Super Saiyan. That's my voice kind of thing. I do change it up here and there. His auto is Burst 2. I really hate Burst. It's when you play, you must place 2 cards from your deck to the drop area to activate this skill. Okay, and what is this skill? When this card attacks, you may choose a green card from your hand, then place in a drop area, draw 2 cards. So just by the swing alone, you mill 2 and draw 2. That's 4 cards out of your deck. 1 or 2 swings with him, not bad. Hopefully by then you're awakened because that's 8 cards out of your deck. If you go against Janemba, he laughs. And I'm just not a fan of burst. Anything burst, I'm automatically do not want to do. I don't want to try it, but there was one interesting thing about him, because if I'm not mistaken, let's see, he is the only burst green leader. Oh, that's not true. Super 17. But I was never going to put this one card I'm going to show you in Super 17. I just didn't think it was important. This one, I found it. I was like, oh, cool, burst. Now we can change it up. Let's show you more things. But his awaken is when you have 4 life, you may choose 2 energies, switch them to active. Flip this card over. So it draws on your front side, not bad. It's almost like Harutogun where you have to pitch a card, draw 2 cards, not bad. It's a +1, it's not +2. But then his awakened side, it untaps 2 energies. Awesome, we're big fans of that. We're in a stage where we don't care about drawing 2 when awakened. We want to untap energy to continue our plays. His auto is Sparking 5. You know, it's embarrassing. Back then I would say Sparkly. I was like, yeah, Sparkling 5. What? And it sounds so unmanly. Now I say Sparking, no problem. I got it down. Sparking 5, so you need 5 in the graveyard. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. If a Krillin card is in your drop area, this card gains 5 power, 5,000 power, and double strike for the duration of turn. Oh my god, that is super cool. It's kind of what every other Goku does for some reason. Like, it's always 5,000 draw, 5,000 double strike. Who else does this? Are you a 5,000 guy? Yeah, 5,000 power. He doesn't gain double strike, but you know, he gains 5,000. Let's see another one. This guy, I'm pretty sure, is 5k double strike, gains 5k and double strike. It's just a trend with Goku, really. Like, that's what they try to do with him. Let me see if this guy, please don't do it. 5,000 for duration of turn. So when you see a Goku leader, it's going to gain 5,000 when it's awakened. Even the most famous one, started at Goku, gain 5,000. It's his thing. So, and every Goku, it's always going to happen. Awesome. Now let me show you the card choices I picked. I picked this super combo over the new one that's going to come out where it's Bulma. Because the Bulma one is actually really like normal, where it's like if you have 5 or less life, you can gain 10k and draw a card, awesome. This is 10k all the time, and it's sparking 5, which is super easy with a leader like this. By turn 2, you can pretty much set it off and always be ready. There's no overwhelm in this deck. Sadly, I'm a big fan of overwhelm. No overwhelm because we want to activate our sparking, and this card is just the best super combo to use for a leader like this. Next card is such an important package in the new set when it comes to the new Goku coming out. The new 5-drop Goku, which I'll explain more about it soon, needs Krillin, and this card helps Krillin. So this card is a very good 2-drop. It's a 2-drop for 1 green, which this is a mono green, it shouldn't be a problem, but you can mix and match with this card. Has barrier, so barriers are always a pain to get rid of. But I am very glad to say that they are putting more and more cards to deal with barriers, so I'm happy about that. Because man, in the beginning when they dropped barrier, that was like, oh, I don't want to play. But this stays on the field. You can have multiple copies. Its permanent is reduce the energy cost of Krillin cards in your hand by 1. You must pay the specific cost even if it exceeds the reduced cost. So that's just an example of what this text is saying. Is this Krillin right here, it's a 1-drop. I should have this more prepared. I'm just going to show you cards every time I'm talking about them. This 1-drop Krillin is 1. You're reducing it by 1, so it'll be 0. Problem is that little green thing right next to 1, you have to pay that cost. Even if it's 0, you still have to pay the specific cost of the card, and that costs 1 green. So this is Gohan. Reduces costs, so my 4-drop Krillins, which there is some in this deck, are now 3-drops. Awesome. If you have multiple Gohans, let's say you have 2, you're reducing it by 2. Let me see real quick if the Krillins are 2 and this one's the 1-1. Yeah. So if I had 3 Gohans on the field, this Krillin will be just 1. If I had 4, this Krillin would still be 1 because that 1 green on the side, you gotta pay it. All right. Next card, controversial. It's like, oh, that card sucks, but you're kind of almost like you have a turn 2. Is this Nappa? Ever since I saw it, I'm like, dude, I want to play it. It's super cool. It's the first Nappa. Awesome. It's such an interesting card that they made. It's a shame that they made it horrible, but they did make it. It's a blocker. When this card is placed from the drop area from your deck, if your leader card is green, you may pay it by paying its energy cost. So it's like if you had it in your hand. But let's say you swing with Goku, you burst 2, you already require the effect. I'm pretty sure you have to resolve the auto where you draw 2, and then if you have 2 energy open, you can bring this out. So if you have no 2-drop, which your 2-drop is the Gohan, if you have no 2-drop, you're like, oh, but you so happen to mill this Nappa, you're like, oh, well, it's theoretically a +1. So your leader drew 2 cards, so I got a +1. If it milled this and you don't have the Gohan to play, because theoretically, the card you want to play turn 2 is Gohan. If you do not have it and you mill this, you play this, and that's another plus. So it's +2. And it's just advantage. It's a blocker. It doesn't have barriers. They can get rid of it however they do it. But at least it's something that comes out on the board for free on your early turns when you're not awakened. I'm a big fan of this. It's a shame that you have to pay the energy cost. I understand it would have been broken if you didn't. But at the same time, not a lot of leaders can do this. It would just make Super 17 like... If I didn't have to pay the energy cost, I was definitely going to put it in Super 17. But the fact that it has an ability like that, pretty cool. Something to note, I don't know the ruling, I should ask, is what if Janemba swings at you? He swings at you, you got to mill 2, and this gets milled. There's nothing that says during your turn, so the way I assume is auto activates comes into play. I don't know if you can activate blocker right after, because it's always swing, auto, it's negates, and then after auto resolves, you get to choose to block. Janemba is milled 2, auto resolve, I brought this guy out, awesome, do I have time to block? It's just an interesting idea, or an interesting question, because it hasn't come up, no one really plays this card, but let's see, maybe future sets, maybe we will play it. I just wish you didn't have to pay for it. I wish it was something that comes out for free. Amazing, but whatever. Next card, Sun Goten. There's a reason I put this in the deck is because I have a finisher. It's called Finishing Spirit Bomb Sun Goku that lets me combo 3 green cards from the drop area. And this is there's not that many cards in green that says if you combo with this you get so and so effects. There's not many, but this is one of the most famous ones and one of the most useful ones. If your opponent has little big nuggets, I call them McNuggets when they're like 2 drops, 1 drops, even 3 drops. When they have McNuggets, you have an option, a way to pop them without have to waste one of your bomb cards to pop them. So kind of cool. And later on, as the game progresses, that finisher can either draw a bunch of cards or take care of cards on the field and draw cards. Like, you're going to see the combo, but there's no reason not to have this. It's an option in your deck. The only reason this card is what people consider bad. It's only a 5k and it costs 1. So that's something to consider, but it's supposed to be in the graveyard. It's not supposed to be like in your hand unless options happen. Next card I run is Kai Master. Hopefully I said that right, because I see A so Ka and then Kawaii. This is how Peter reads. I never joke. I'm not a strong reader. I do try though. I remember more or less how cards are said, so that's how I know how to read, per se. But its auto is at the end of the battle after you combo with this card from your hand. Please note that this is from your hand. If your leader card is green, you may play this card in rest mode. So it's like free Gohan. Woo! And those cards are very good. Now, mind you, there's cards like Black Mass Saiyan, the little 1-drop that hurts it and you're never going to want to play this. You want to charge it, you're never going to play. When that comes out, cool. But if they don't have this is a free creature that comes on the board. What makes this deck really cool is there's a bunch of free things that come on the board out of nowhere. And this is just one of them. So turn 1, 2, like again, turn 2, if you don't have the Gohan and the nap didn't happen, you have cards in hand to still put pressure into your opponent. And this is just one of them. There's more cards that like open energy. I can do things. And I've always been a big fan of these things. I started out with Frieza. Free combo Frieza was incredible when it first came out. I was kind of like the first one to tell my team, hey, let's try this. Everyone laughed at me. Nah, it's not that good. Okay, well, I'm going to try it. And I got 3rd in Orlando. Cool. Why? Frieza, 100%. 100% was the best card in the deck. So ever since that, I love cards like this. But they are slowly losing its power because cards are coming out that disrupt it, mess it up, whatever the case. So I'm still a fan of them. I'm trying it out. Next card, boom, our Self-Awakener. You could put the 1-drop Gohan, but I've never been a fan, and it has crit, does 1 damage, I will take life. At this point, I'd rather just draw this guy. This guy is pretty much going to be the way I awaken. Maybe Gohan is something that you have to consider running for more awakening power, but for now, it's this new card that came out that Green never had, only the Namekians did. When you play this card, you may choose up to 2 cards from your life, add them to your hand. So you could choose up, you can choose 1, you can choose 2. But you got, as long as you choose something, you get the following effect. If you choose 1 or more cards from your hand, if you choose to add 1 or more cards to your hand, okay, cool, I read that right. This card gains 15 power and critical for the duration of turn. So it's a 30k critical. Fantastic. It's really good for putting pressure. It's almost like guarantee of life because no one's really going to out-combo this thing. And it helps you awaken, which, again, the front side we don't really like too much because we're going to dark ourselves out too fast if we swing too many times with it. But once we're awakened, it's a lot better because we're a 20k double striker because most likely we're going to have a Krillin in the graveyard. There's 8 Krillins in the deck, by the way. And this is just a way to help awaken. Should there be more cards? Possibly. We are not quite fully sure, but this is definitely a card that should be looked at. Now for one of the Krillins that we have. Awesome. It's a blocker. It's a 4-drop. Ill. Did I mention I'm not a fan of this deck, but it was the best that I can come up with. After the video or like towards the end of it, I'm going to show you ideas where I'm like, oh, well, you can add this because it's really good. Like Champa definitely would be a great addition, but at this point, I just hate Champa because me and Marcel fight over it so much. So I'm like, you know what, I'm making a deck without Champa. And after reading this Goku, I'm like, should I add Champa? But this Krillin, it's a 4-drop blocker. Auto, when you play this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So it's Beerus without the double strike or 20k. Ew. The fact that it's a blocker, it's really good because it gets in your way of your opponent till they kill it, or you block with it. Which we have a Goku that comes out for free when a Krillin dies because, you know, it's called flavor, it's text theme for this game. It is a 4-drop, super nasty, but we need it to be a 4-drop for our Goku to activate its effect. And we can make it a 3-drop with this Gohan. The Goku we're talking about, by the way, is this new one coming out. I'll tell you its effect really soon. But before you give up on the idea of this Krillin, understand it's for a bigger picture. Believe me, I think it's horrible, but it's for the theme of the deck, what we got going on. Next card is another super combo. Ooh, big fan of this card, really good. You probably would never play it. If you did, you get to draw a card and it's critical, so it's not the worst. But most of the time, it's just used for combo. When you combo with this card, draw a card. It just lets you have, when you have untapped energy and defending yourself, it's so your hand doesn't go deplenished. You know, you get to combo 10k and still replace, so it's a super combo. You know, not much need to be talked about that. The next card we have to talk about, though, is the other Krillin. It's what Vegito should have been from the very beginning. The fact that Vegeta was a 20k was really good with barrier and had to attack. This is the exact same thing, where it's a Krillin 4-drop barrier, so really hard to deal with. Auto, when you play this card, draw a card. Awesome, it replaces itself, it's already good. Permanent, if your leader is green or black, really interesting. A lot of the effects of the new cards say green or black. When I read that, I'm just like, all right, so I should just play Shenron. Got it. I don't want to play Shenron. But with effects like this, at least it's an option for it. So if it's green or black, and this card is in rest mode, your opponent cannot attack your leader card. So it has to deal with this first before attacking your leader, which is really good. It's like the Deadly Defenders, it's like Vegito. It's 15 only, so most of the time it will die, or you have to defend it heavily, but that's okay, because if it does die, we get rewarded. But before I show you the reward, I gotta show you one last card. Surprise Attack Frieza. Not Surprise Attack Vegeta, because we're used to saying that name. It's Frieza. It's interesting because it's a 4-drop 10k. Ill, I understand, but it's more defense power. So like with untapped energy, so turn 1-2, if you're going against Storm, you have more ways to defend. But I played it because the card is super interesting. I'm not, again, sure about the ruling. I have to ask, but it's auto. Activate this skill when your opponent's battle card is KO. If Surprise Attack Frieza is not in play in your battle area, you may play this card from your hand. It does not say you have to pay the cost. Nappa says you have to pay the cost. This card does not. And also, it makes me wonder because it doesn't say during your turn. So what if there was a way I can kill my opponent? Battle card on their turn, where like let's say they swung at Krillin and I surprise attack Vegeta, boom, give him revenge, survive. Revenge kills his card. Can I play this for free? Just set up the board? I'm not quite sure on the ruling yet, but another really cool thing is you can swing with your leader. Combo the Sun, no, not Gohan. Where is it? Sun Goten. Pop their 3 or lower drop. Awesome. I did KO a battle card of theirs. Just bring out automatic turn 2 surprise attack Frieza. Oh, you're doing stuff. 15. It's only 15. Thank God. If it was 20, yo, amazing. The fact that it's 15 is balanceable. It's like okay, it's not a huge game breaking. If it was 20, my God, I'll be excited for this deck a lot more than I am. But it comes out of play for free. You're never going to pay 4 drops for this. This is not the purpose of the deck. It's just when I kill something, I can bring this out for free, more pressure. And that's why I added. But the whole reason of the deck is this card. This card is the only reason I was like, all right, I'm interested. I'm interested in what the whole Krillin line thing got going on. Because 1, this card is beautiful. 2, this card is interesting. 3, this card deals with barrier. I got a lot of things. I got 3 options, but those 3 are very strong for me. Looks is everything. Double strike, 5-drop. We're never going to pay its cost, theoretically. It must be a really bad situation for me to pay 5 and bring this out. When a Krillin card with energy costs 4 or more in your battle area is KO by your opponent. KO by my opponent means through effects or by attacks. Either or. If your leader is green or black, which again, you can probably play Shenron. It's an option. Seeing that, it's just like, oh, this is not just committed to green. Why wouldn't I just play Shenron? Clearly, Shenron is just amazing. But if your leader is green or black, when I say amazing, by the way, I hate Shenron. I just know how good it is. Play this card from your hand, and you can't play Final Showdown Son Goku for the duration of the turn. Again, it did not say pay 5. So you get to play it for free. Just automatically bring the 5 drop. So you have this Krillin 4 drop. Horrible. Blocker. They laugh. Ha! Look at that card. It sucks. And that's fine. This card got rid of a creature. Cool. Then, let's say we're going against Lord Slug. Alright, awesome. Lord Slug's on the play. And then he brought out this. Okay, awesome. He swings with Lord Slug. Cool. I defend with Krillin because I'm protecting my life, of course. No, let's be more realistic of how Krillin died. He swings with this. He draws a card. Awesome. I use Krillin to block. Cool. Krillin gets blocked. Now this is now becoming difficult. I automatically activate, since Krillin died, it's a 4 drop that died by my opponent, my opponent's leader. Awesome. This Goku comes out. Okay, whoa, surprise. And then his other ability is when you play this card from your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle card, ignoring barrier. That's huge. I'm a huge fan. It's not even limited, like a 2 drop ignoring barrier. No. It's choose a battle card. Doesn't matter what it is. Ignoring barrier and KO it. I'm just super happy. I was going to go mind blown, but I'm just happy, just period. I've been waiting for a card like this. These are cards that are needed. I'm super happy. This card is just so good. But he comes out of nowhere. Oh no. And then kills that one. Bam. Something solid. It's disruption on your opponent's turn. And I think that's really good. I love cards that can disrupt your opponent. So King Vegeta Surprise Attack is usually one of the cards that you can to disrupt your opponent. Another card real quick. Let's see. On your opponent's turn to kill was a 2 drop. Well, this is one of them, of course. But another one was, it's famous one that no one plays, but I'm a huge fan of, is Enraged Gohan Awakening. It would kill the attacking creature on your opponent's turn, which is huge, but it costs 2. So it was like, can I fit it and stuff? This card is just a trap on your opponent. So if there's a Krillin and your opponent has to get rid of it, no matter how he does it on his turn, I can bring this out and kill something. That is huge. So this guy pretty much comes out for free. Awesome. And what do we do with free cards? Well, we make them better. How do we do it? With this card that never saw play, but should have, it was so good, was finishing Spirit Bomb Son Goku. All right, what's it do, Peter? Well, let me tell you. EX Evolve. Ooh. 1 green, place 1 card from your hand to the drop area. Green Son Goku with energy cost 5 or more. Play this on top of it. So you basically evolve on top of this card. This card theoretically is supposed to be brought in out for free. If it stays on the board, because Krillin died, most of the time Krillin's going to die on your opponent's turn. If they do not kill this on their turn, on your next turn, instead of swinging with this, we're going to evolve it into this monster. And this thing is double strike, 25, the same as this thing, but with an effect when we swing. When this card attacks, choose up to 3 battle cards in your drop area and combo with them. Amazing. What's the 3 battle cards we could do? We can do our super combo, bam. Sun Go 10 to pop threats on the board, a Kami that might blow up. Who knows? Whatever the case, blowing up, less resources for them, and all I'm doing is swinging. And last but not least, sell. We draw more cards. So worst comes to worst, this attack is draw 3 cards, and I combo with them, so it swings for 55, double strike. What you doing? And if I'm not mistaken, same way the Meager works, when it swings, it's auto activates. Even if it got negated, you still get all the pluses, which is a horrible ruling. I'm not a fan of it, but that's how it works, and I can't change rulings. So I'm going to just take advantage of them, and this is definitely a way to take advantage. The last card I did put in this deck was this negate. This negate is amazing. I'm usually a person that likes negates at like 2 or 3 because they're only great towards the late of the game, mid-late game. But this negate is perfect at any point. It helps you awaken, which is something we really want us to do. It's for free, and let me explain free why, because it's counterattack. If your leader is green, not Android. A lot of people think this card is only for Android for some reason. I don't understand why. But if your leader is green, negate the attack, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle card with 2 costs or less and KO it. It says KO, and our opponent's turn we get to KO also. And what do we do when we KO? We bring out the boy for free. Again, this is a ruling that I think is right. I have to confirm with my buddy Casey. High five, Casey. All right. But I believe it does come out for free, and if that's the case, that's huge. That's really cool. These are things that just come out on your opponent's turn. They're like, why's he got threats on the board? Oh no, too many things. Yeah, that's the point of the stack. But really exciting about it is permanent sparking 5. So if you have 5 in the graveyard, you may activate this card's counter skill from your hand by adding a card from your life instead of paying an energy cost. So instead of paying 1, you just take a life, which isn't bad, it helps you awaken, and play it for free. Huge. When your opponent's tapped out and like, I'm going in, I'm going to kill him. No, I bring this out. I'll take a life, and bam, I negate the attack and pop something, whatever the case. This negate should always be in almost any green deck. If your leader is green, look into this guy. I love this negate. This is the deck. It's very simple. That's the only thing I'm not happy about, but I do like where it's going. I'm a huge fan of this on disrupting your opponent's turn. I like if this thing can come out your opponent's turn or my turn, just as simple as swing, combo, kill that, bring out Frieza. Those are plays that are like no other deck has done. So that's really interesting. I'm not a fan of this leader too much, but I like where the green package is going. None of these guys need this Goku to activate the effect. So you could look at another green leader and be like, wait, I can add this, and that's true. Another card that you can consider doing, Marcel wanted me to put this in, I just didn't see the point of it, was Feet Kamehameha. It's really good. If your leader is a green Sun Goku, which is for duration of the battle, this gains 15 power and critical. So cool. Like if you're awakened, you're already double strike because your Krillin most likely will be in the drop area. You swing for double strike 20 plus 15, 35 for one card, 35, and critical double strike. Huge. But it's not a setup. It's just a card. It's an event card. That, truth be told, it's an event card. That's all it is. That really, like, I don't know if I want to play it. I'm not a fan because I already have too much 10Ks in the deck. I need a way to defend myself, so my open energy is going to be something like that. But it's something to look at. It's not bad. That's one card. The other card that I'm kind of just really excited for is this card. Frieza Army's Healing Pod. It's a field card once per turn. When you play a green battle card from the drop area, draw a card. It's once per turn. Cool. There's not many cards that come out through the drop area. I've looked for a few, and again, this has to be green. But there is things that you can do to make this card effective. Worst comes to worst though, let's say you do that effect. This card is sitting on the board. One, it has an option to get draw power. Cool, it's not the big deal. But its second option, for 4 energy, you place this card to the drop area. Choose one battle card with energy cost 4 or less from your drop area and play it. It doesn't have to be green, it can be any color, and you can bring it automatically out. That's so interesting. It's a card that literally sets up, gets advantage before you pop it, whatever the case. And when you need to, you can bring it out. This card has so much potential in so many decks that I've been looking into. Like Star Deck Goku is something I've been looking into. Why would you play that when that new card's coming out that's going to ruin it? I know, I'm considering it. It's options. Another really big thing is I've been toying around with these two. Lord Slug and this guy. This guy brings green battle cards from the drop area to play. Guess what? This triggers. Draws a card. Okay, cool. Just really quick if you haven't seen this one. Bam. Awesome dude. It's a cool idea. You pay 4, you bring out a 4-drop. What can you bring out? This one. So it's a deck profile that I'm going to think about doing. It's what I've been trying to do. I'm really interested in this card. Another really big thing about this card is with Shenron, the 4-drop. Shenron the leader, because Child's Wish, you automatically get to draw cards if you bring out green drops. But Shenron, his ability is untap 2. Well, draw a card, untap 2. Where's 4-drops? Come on, Peter. Normally I have this more played out. Perfect. Awesome. Let me show you. So if you're not playing overwhelm cards and you're playing, the sparking mechanic, you get this Shenron has been seeing so much play. You pretty much know what it does, but you get to draw a card, then choose one of the following. Untap 2 energy, switch them to active. Awesome. Choose one battle card with energy 2 or less from the drop area and play it. So if you choose a green card and you have that field card out, you get to draw a card, bring out a 2-drop, and if it's green, you get to draw a card. Solid. And then choose a leader or battle card, give it 5k in critical, which is Shenron's one of the best abilities he has. When you read it, you're like, it's not that big a deal. It became huge. But this is something else that you can add to the Goku deck because we do have 2-drops, like bringing out the Gohan. It's solid. Bringing out even Nappa, it is a blocker, so why not? Or bringing out your super combo. It's ideas that I have to test around with. I am trying out this deck to see, after seeing what it offers, I've been seeing all the green cards that I can possibly do to make it better. Yes, the deck should have maybe 1 or 2 Champas to close out the game. I know that. Forgive me. I didn't want to put it because Marcel puts it in every deck. I'm like, I'm not going to beat Marcel. And it's true. Me and him have a rivalry. Even if we're teammates, we're very good friends. But I don't like his deck building. He doesn't like mine, so we clash. But that's what makes it fun, being part of the team. I hear his ideas, he hears mine. And both of us are very hard-headed people. But that's what makes good friends. And yeah, so this is a deck. Those are 2, 3, 4 cards that you can add into the deck. The Birthing Pod is something to look into. This one, Champa, and Shenron are 4 cards automatically I would consider to think about putting in to the deck. And back to my deck profile, bam! Just in case you want to see it one more time. Nappa's not the greatest card, almost not needed, but it's just interesting, something different. And what I like is bringing out things for free out of nowhere. So out of nowhere it comes out, out of nowhere it comes out, out of nowhere it comes out, out of nowhere it comes out. Just a bunch of things that are out of nowhere. It's a shame this card says from the hand, because if this guy was able to bring out 3 of this out of nowhere from the drop area, I win. But that's not the case. Bandai didn't mess up on that ruling, so not bad. Next deck profile we're going to do is probably Lord Slug, because I'm really interested in this. Bardock in our take. Problem is, there's so many takes you can do it. You can do it the original way, which a lot of people are doing, just a mono blue, which is strong, awesome. A lot of the little minions he has can evolve over monkey, so it could be like a blue-yellow deck. So blue-yellow, that's right, yeah. Blue-yellow deck, so it's an interesting take. Marcel did a really cool idea with Frieza, not bad. It just focused on Frieza and just go in there. Marcel is the rush player. He likes playing where just get the game over with. I just like playing the game. And the new cards, the new Ginyu forces to me are just super cool. Very effective in the sense of they help each other out. Like this card I'll definitely put. Why? Because it brings out a Ginyu force for free. And then you get the effect. And what's their effects? They plus each other. I love pluses. I love Ginyu. I love themed decks. I love DBS. There's the truth of the matter. But ideas for later. And the only leader that you probably will not see us play is this thing. The picture's really cool. The art is fantastic. But until this guy gets banned, we don't need to ever play this guy, because they're the exact same thing. This is just a horrible wish, and the other one has a win game wish. So, theories. But till next time, guys. Sorry, my nose is stuffy a little bit. Thank you for joining me. I hope you like this. The idea looks plain, but once you see more and more what the cards do, you're like, that looks interesting to play. And you get to play DBS. Is it as good as 1-2 swap? No, but it's playing DBS. It's fun. And that's all I like. I like fun decks. So hopefully you like it. Try it out. You can see me on Untapped. My screen name is PPG Peter Cattani. I just, lay it out to the world, and then everyone always messages like, are you the real Peter Cattani? I'm like, I lie sometimes. I'm like, no, I just like the name. But most of the time it's just me playing. Join me, try to find me, and hopefully I see you guys later.